Welcome to Beyond Our Focus. I'm Stefan, this is Amanda, and this is Would You If? Would you blink if blank were the consequences? Today is April 9th.
What just happened there?
It is the Thursday.
For our podcast listeners, there was a lot of robotic karate chopping, and I'm concerned for my life. So let's go.
No, just do the robot.
Do, 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 do.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. This sounded familiar. I don't know what it was from. I don't know right now. Anyways, today's question is, would you be a ghost or basically have ghost-like powers, which we're going to include as invisibility, transparency. Is it transparency? Going through things. It's not transparency. That's the same thing as invisibility.
Phasing?
Phasing? There's a better word, isn't there? Isn't there? Anyway, and flying. Basically, a ghost. Or what we normally, people consider ghost things to be able to do. Unless you're Yoda, then you can strike lightning from the sky. But despite that, if you had to spend at least 8 hours a day as said ghost. You don't have to do it consecutively. Okay. Just if some portion, 8 hours out of the 24-hour period from midnight to midnight. 8 of those hours have to be spent as a ghost.
So you're saying that if I really wanted to, on my lunch break at work, I could just use one of my ghost hours and just...
Yeah, go fly away. Go fly away.
Can I do that while I'm on the clock?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, you're going to have to talk to work about that, but...
Yes, because I'm really going to walk up to my work and be like, I'm going to need to make an arrangement with you guys. So for 8 hours of my life, I am going to have to be a ghost. And I was wondering if I can include any of those paid...
I get paid to be a ghost.
I promise you I will use these newfound powers to stop crime in your building.
Yeah.
But really I'll be like 5 buildings down looking at other things. Maybe playing with the puppies and kitties at a different place. And
yeah. I mean, I don't think they'll agree. And if they do discover, if you show off your ghostly powers, you may end up in a government building where... they may or may not know how to contain ghosts. We don't know.
I'd be like, okay, work. You have to realize this. I'm showing you this under confidentiality. Like, this is confidential, okay? You turn into a ghost, you come back, and you're like, now that you know this, I can use my powers to help you guys. But if you decide to backstab me...
I will kill you and your family.
I have a specific set of skills, and I will find you. I will disappear, and you guys will look like idiots. You guys start this huge thing like, oh my goodness, she's a ghost. And then they show up and are like, where? Tell me where. Where is your proof? Because I'm sure I know some places without cameras.
And... I'll kill your entire family.
Yes.
So just so we're on top of this.
Oh, yeah. Now, when you're a ghost, because this is a ghost-ish power/flaw, are you voguing? Are you voguing right now?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay, anyways,
I was thinking like Night of the Roxbury's. Have you seen that movie?
I think so.
He does that at one point. Just it happens.
We do have podcast listeners, okay? They can't see you.
Well, that's why you should watch on YouTube, so you can see me do all my fun dances.
I am sorry, podcast listeners. I will be your friend.
We do believe there are more podcast listeners than there are YouTube listeners.
He's apparently banishing you to the wastelands. So... one of the downfalls of being a ghost, so I don't know if it would be included in power stuffs, but are we ghosts that we can phase through walls, but can we actually interact with things?
Yeah, I would say yes. You're still a normal person, too.
Okay.
You're a real person.
Okay.
You're a real life boy. Girl. I went to Pinocchio. Okay, I went to Pinocchio.
I'm a real boy.
Oh, that's the other one I was going to bring up.
Mm.
Maybe we'll do that one day. Do Pinocchio like one? Lying, nose growing.
Can't. Pretty much, would you allow yourself to be a human lie detector?
Would you lie if your nose grew every single time?
I think you'd lie anyways, but still.
I mean, I don't know how much you would lie if there was an obvious one.
Now, if it was... if the only way you could lie would be that. But I don't know how you would... Would you lie if your nose got bigger? That's the worst would you if I've heard so far.
I'm just saying, something along those lines.
Anyways,
yes.
Ghosts and ghostly powers and finding 8 hours of your day to become a ghost. Otherwise, if you don't, what happens if you don't? I assume you just turn into a ghost whether you like it or not?
Yeah, it hasn't worked that way.
Please let that happen. Be like, I forgot to put it in my ghost hours. I chose sleep instead. Looks like I'm disappearing for 2 hours at work. Just be like, hey guys, I'll be in receiving. And then you tell the people in receiving, hey guys, I'll be out on the floor if you need me. And then if anyone asks each other, there you go.
And just hope that no one actually needs help because...
There's other people in the store. Other departments.
Kind of.
You guys got this.
Yeah, the point is trying to get your ghost hours in. My whole point is to try to use it during sleepy times. I can be invisible and floaty and everything and sleepy sleep. Now, of course, I rarely, if almost never, get 8 hours of sleep. So
that would take out maybe 4 hours. 4 to 5 hours.
Now it comes down to, do you want your spouse to know as well?
Well, if you suddenly... I don't know, maybe it would be better to tell them, because if you suddenly miss an hour and you're like, crap, and then you're staring right at them and just go, whoop.
How long are you going to try to hide this before it's like, I can, I'm a ghost, don't worry about it, don't freak out.
I think I would want to get some kind of handle on it first. Like, because I assume the first time you change into a ghost, you have no idea what you're doing. You try to fly, you knock things over, you try to phase through a wall and get stuck. Like, you panic and you're like, you turn human and you're like, well, crap. It's Jumanji. Halfway through the floor. Your spouse comes in, your legs are dangling out of the ceiling.
That happens to people anyway.
Yeah, but I don't think you're doing any work on the roof here.
You never know. You don't know my life.
I'm cleaning the attic, honey. I'm sorry. I must have fell through.
Didn't leave any holes or anything. I was just kind of there, but it's all right.
I don't know. I think it would be challenging, but I think the pros kind of outweigh the cons.
Flying, going through things, turning invisible,
scaring people.
Yeah. All these are fun. These are almost like superpowers.
I could go back to working at haunted houses, and then I wouldn't have to work the job I do. Yes, I'm in.
I mean, no matter what, you probably wouldn't work the job you do now, because with these powers, I'm sure you could manage. I mean, at this point, you could just rob a bank pretty easily. I'm just saying. All that money's insured anyway.
Every single time there is a situation with superpowers, you go to immediately solving your problems by taking it from the bank.
Well, I gotta get it from somewhere. I'm a super villain, okay?
My answer is yes.
I'm a super villain.
My answer is yes. I will find some way to fit 8 hours in. Even if I turn that into my full-time job, if I can find a way.
I'll be able to find something. It'd be cool. Hiding it would be harder, especially if life got busy.
Yes.
Especially if life got busy.
And especially this day and age where everything's...
Yeah, there's lots and lots of phones. So... you didn't do your job, or you didn't do your thing, and you go out one late movie like Endgame, and it's like, crap! You just disappear in the seat.
I'd stay. I'd be like, oh well, unless... Wait, are you in invisible form? Are you still solid, or do you become ghost-like as far as...
I would assume
because if you are just turning invisible, then someone can sit on you.
I would assume, it's kind of visible. I would assume, and I would like to say, that you'd have to kind of, since these are the 3 powers, you have to use all 3 at the same time. So there's floating invisibility and going through things.
So I think that when it comes down to it, it would be like the...
You'd probably just be levitating invisible.
Yeah, pretty much the theories of real ghosts, where they're pretty much weightless and formless and everything until they gain enough. Like you could put energy into one part of your body, like energy into your hands to actually pick something up, or yeah, that's because otherwise you'd be going through everything and it doesn't make sense.
Well, some of the things about being a ghost that make sense anyway, but
still, I mean, like, as far as being able to pick things up, but if you're just sitting there and someone just sits right in the same place, they just go through you. It would make sense in a ghost world.
Now the person you're sitting next to might be like, "What? Amanda? Where did you go for half the movie?" I mean, I saw the whole thing. I mean, I went to the bathroom and I was just standing. I was like, it's real comfortable standing over here, and I just watched it from the side.
I actually changed seats all the way down to the bottom.
So it's better view. Just a better view. So it's managing your ghostly powers, so you don't disappear on somebody and really freak someone out.
I was really hesitant about this one, but now that listening to all the different sides, I'm a yes. I'm a yes.
It sounds fun.
Give me those ghosty abilities.
I mean, it can become hard. Things got busy.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, there's gonna be one of those times that you see in like any of those like teen shows.
Yeah, it's like anything where you have a power and you're like trying to hide it and you're doing different things and it keeps getting better and better and better for you, and then finally one person. It takes one bloody person to find out.
Your friend.
Yeah.
Ned walks in. You're on the ceiling.
Yes. Be like, you were just on the ceiling. No, I wasn't.
No. You're wearing a Spider-Man outfit. Come on.
No.
Oh.
I love it. He's just like this in a suit. Just whoop. He's like, no, I'm not.
It's not much hiding at that point. You sneak in your room. You're cool and everything. Yeah, we definitely cannot tell Aunt May, but apparently we've gone past that.
Yeah.
At least according to the new commercials, Aunt May knows everything. I know. We need some discussion another time. Discussion for what's in the box. That's what this is. Discussion for what's in the box.
So mine's a yes. What's yours?
It had to be yes. It had to be. I mean, you didn't give me no cons here.
What was I supposed to do? You were supposed to give me cons.
You tried to give me a con. I'm not going to be like you. Convince the other person of something to say no at the end.
That was a beautiful episode.
It was so mean.
That was amazing.
It was so mean.
Anyways.
What would y'all do? Ghostly things sound fun. Do you think you have 8 hours a day to spend as a ghost?
A 1 hour here and a 1 hour there, and just kind of sprinkle it about until it's 8 and you're good. Or
yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's many times you can just disappear at work, okay? Plenty of people in our store have proven that.
So what would y'all do? Leave some answers down in the comments down below. Throw a like on this video if you liked us talking about it at all.
Ghosties.
Spider-Man and
Ghosties with the most.
And the Roxberries. If you like the Roxberries, yeah. Throw that down in the comments too. Subscribe to the channel. That'd be fun. We appreciate that. Do that. Sure. But anything else before we bounce? Till next time. I forgot to say the one thing. I forgot the one thing. You can reach me at Stars and Travel, Rich Man, at KZ Pup, Rich Chubby, Under Focus, everywhere, including YouTube and podcast service around the globe. California.
And Sweden.
And Spain. And China. And India. And...
I don't think we reached that far yet.
I don't know what's going on. Till next time. Long days, pleasant nights.